Hi everyone, this is Steven from Team Covenant, and I have with me today the Voltron Box Set, which is one of our mini offerings in the world of Monsterpocalypse. Now, this is just standalone thing. It's a Voltron, kind of a standalone set, but it is fully compatible with Monsterpocalypse as far as going to tournaments, bringing Voltron, Lotron, and these units. That is cool. So it's not like you're not getting into Monsterpocalypse by choosing Voltron instead. You can start with Voltron and kind of learn about the game. It uses the same mechanics as Monsterpocalypse, and you'll have a foot up even at times against normal Monsterpocalypse players, because you will have one of the only 5-piece morpher, which you'll know more what that means probably later on. So here's what you're going to get in the box set. Now, Voltron has already been unboxed or unbagged here for your convenience because we think he's beautiful. So we're going to put him out here as the centerpiece. And this is your monster. He will act as your monster, and you'll be controlling him throughout the entire game to slay Lotron. And he is composed of 5 lions, as we all know. And they're all represented here in their colors. And to take on Voltron, of course, we have Lotron. It wouldn't be Voltron and Lotron without Lotron. And his 5 components, of course, which should look familiar if you've watched the series, or if you haven't, go ahead and give it a shot. It's really it's a great time. So you have these 5 components with Lotron, and then these 5 lions with Voltron. And what these little guys basically do is they end up hypering up, is what it's called in Monsterpocalypse, and they form Voltron. And in the same way, these 5 guys hyper up and form Lotron. So it's a really cool mechanic, and you'll get to play as both the little components and as the big monster. And then, to aid your valiant monsters or villains, as the case may be, there are 5 Galaxy Garrison cruisers on the Voltron side of things. Put them up here with Voltron. So you get 5 of that unit, and then you also get 5 of the Skull Ship, which is, of course, Lotron's fleet over here. So we got 5 units, 5 what's called morphers, and then they're called morphers, and then the metamorph, which is Lotron. Then you have 5 units here, 5 morphers are the 5 lions, and then the metamorph of Voltron here. And then, of course, to play all of this, we have a package here of a lot of components, and this is your map. You have tokens that keep track of your health, so you can determine who wins the game. You also have the standard Monsterpocalypse dice, which can then be converted over to an actual game of Monsterpocalypse. You'll be fine. And then on the back, you also have all the skills and symbols and everything you need to play this game out and to continue playing it into the future. If you'll notice on a lot of these pieces, there are symbols. Once you open the box, you'll look at the figure and you'll see that there's various symbols, and they're all explained here, so you don't have to worry about scrolling through a big rule book to really understand what's going on. So all of this is what comes in the standard Voltron box set, and it's a great way to start the game if you are interested in Voltron, if you grew up watching Voltron, if you just like the idea of Voltron. This is an outstanding way to start Monsterpocalypse, or even just to play some nice Voltron versus Lotron matches and not even touch the standard Monsterpocalypse game. But if you would like to do that, which we would of course highly suggest, because it's a outstanding game. It really is an outstanding game, and you'll get the sense of how great it is from playing with the mechanics with these forces. If you really want to dive into that, we also offer an upgraded Voltron box set, which is going to include health trackers, which is a component that's not included in this, but will be needed for standard Monsterpocalypse. It also includes another set of dice so that you and a friend can really start playing. And then it also includes structures, which are buildings that is a complete separate kind of game, complete different part of Monsterpocalypse that the Voltron box set doesn't really get into. It gets into it a little bit with the pieces on the map, But as far as the true building smashing experience that is Monsterpocalypse proper, it's not included in this box set. So what we can do for you is include some structures, and on top of that, we'll include a standard Monsterpocalypse map. So you can take your Voltron and Lotron out of space, put them on an actual Monsterpocalypse map, and get them in on the building smashing, crushing action. You can take them to a tournament and fight them with dinosaurs and ninjas and anything that you want in classic kaiju form. So it's a real good way to start that port from space, the standalone, to land, Earth, and getting some structures and getting that whole thing done. But for those of you who really, really want to start in on the grand world of Monsterpocalypse proper, we have the Master Box Set, and this is the final level that we offer with the Voltron box. And you'll get all this stuff from the upgraded version, but on top of that, you'll also get units. Now, you may not know it right off the bat, but both Voltron and Lotron belong to an agenda. And the agendas in Monsterpocalypse basically tell you what units you can use and what units cost more to use, kind of your friends and your allies. And so Voltron and Lotron both have their agendas. We have the Protectors and the Fiends here. And so we will include Protector units and Fiend units so that you can get past just using the Skull ships and the Garrison cruisers and start incorporating the actual elements of Monsterpocalypse proper. And this is going to get you a much better grasp of the game. It's going to significantly increase your chances of doing well at a tournament or just in casual play. And it's going to give you a lot more variety. Because right here, we only have 5 of one unit. But in Monsterpocalypse, you might have 2 of a particular unit, 3 of another unit, 1 of a few different units. And so there's a lot of variety that you're missing out on with just having the standard 1 unit. So we will go ahead and it's like building you an army for Voltron and Lotron, and you'll be able to get the full experience on the Monsterpocalypse map with all the structures, and then you're ready to go. You can bring Voltron or Lotron to whatever event you want, and you're set. So if you and a friend are looking at Voltron, you're interested, and also interested in Monsterpocalypse, this is a really good way to go. If maybe you want to introduce somebody to the game who likes Monsterpocalypse or who likes Voltron, this is a great way to go. And there's all sorts of options for you. So if you just want to play Voltron and test out the mechanics, just go with the box set. And if you want to kind of step your game up and investigate the world of Monsterpocalypse deeper, go for one of the other two, either the upgrade or the Master Box. So these are the components that you get, and we hope that you'll check out Voltron and check out the site. And if you have any questions, be sure to contact us, and we'll give you as much information as you need. We hope you'll check it out and have fun defending the universe. So we have this whole group on one side, and then on the other here, I'll go and open up for you, is Lotron. What am I supposed to do about that?
Back in.